Morning everybody, welcome to this beautiful new day. I hope you're all feeling good and rested this morning. Just going to move this a little bit closer. I'm going to share with you this morning, this is your morning meditation wake up with me. I'm going to help to gently bring you into the day. So I'm going to start by opening this beautiful book that I've been reading to you all for the last couple of days now. I Am That by Sri Nisargadatta Maharaj. And if you're watching, let me know who you are and where you are. I'd love to know where you're tuning in from. So, God is the end of all desire and knowledge. Maharaji, where are you coming from? What have you come for? Questioner, I have come from America and my friend is from the Republic of Ireland. I came about 6 months ago and I was travelling from ashram to ashram. My friend came on his own. Maharaji, what have you seen? Questioner, I have been at Sri Ramana's ashram and I have also visited Rishikesh. Can I ask you, what is your opinion of Sri Ramana Maharshi? Maharaji, we are both in the same ancient state, but what do you know of Maharishi? You take yourself to be a name and a body, so all you perceive are names and bodies. Were you to meet the Maharishi, what would happen? Good morning, David. Probably we would feel quite happy. We may even exchange a few words. Questioner, but would he recognize you as a liberated man? Maharaji, of course, as a man recognizes a man, so a Ghani recognizes a Ghani. You cannot appreciate what you have not experienced. You are what you think yourself to be, but you cannot think to be yourself. But you cannot think yourself to be what you have not experienced. I'm going to read that last bit again. You are what you think yourself to be, but you cannot think yourself to be what you have not experienced. Questioner, to become an engineer, I must learn engineering. To become God, what must I learn? You must unlearn everything. God is the end of all desire and knowledge. You mean to say that I become God merely by giving up the desire to become God? Maharaji, all desires must be given up, because by desiring you take the shape of your desires. When no desires remain, you revert to your natural state. Questioner, how do I come to know that I have achieved perfection? Maharaji, you cannot know perfection, you can know only imperfection. For knowledge to be, there must be separation and disharmony. You can know what you are not, but you cannot know your real being. You can be only what you are. The entire approach is through understanding, which is in the seeing of the false as false. But to understand you must observe from outside. Questioner, The Vedic concept of Maya, illusion, applies to the manifest, therefore our knowledge of the manifested is unreliable. But we should be able to trust our knowledge of the unmanifested. Maharaji. There can be no knowledge of the unmanifested. The potential is unknown. Only the actual can be known. Questioner. Why should the knower remain unknown? Maharaji. The knower knows the known. Do you know the knower? Who is the knower of the knower? You want to know the unmanifested. Can you say you know the manifested? Questioner. I know things and ideas and their relations. Is it the sum total of all my experiences? It is the sum total of all my experiences. Maharaji. All? Questioner. Well, all actual experiences. I admit I cannot know what did not happen. Maharaji. If the manifested is the sum total of all actual experiences, including their experiences, how much of the total do you know? A very small part indeed. And what is the little you know? Questioner. Some sensory experiences as related to myself. Maharaji. Not even that. You only know that you react. Who reacts? And I to what? You do not know. You know on contact that you exist. I am. The I am this, I am that, are imaginary. Questioner. I know the manifested because I participate in it. I admit my part in it is very small, yet it is real as the totality of it. And what is more important, I give it meaning. Without me, the world is dark and silent. Maharaji. A firefly illuminating the world. You don't give meaning to the world, you find it. Dive deep into yourself and find a source from where all meaning flows. Surely it is not the superficial mind that can have meaning. Questioner. What makes me limited and superficial? Maharaji. The total is open and available, but you will not take it. You are attached to the little person you think yourself to be. Your desires are narrow, your ambitions petty. After all, without a centre of perception, where would be the manifested? Unperceived, the manifested is as good as the unmanifested. Unperceived, the manifested is as good as the unmanifested. And you are the perceiving point, the non-dimensional source of all dimensions. Know yourself as the total. How can a point contain the universe? Maharaji. There is enough space in a point for an infinity of universes. There is no lack of capacity. Self-limitation is the only problem. But you cannot run away from yourself. However far you go, you come back to yourself and to the need of understanding this point, which is as nothing and yet the source of everything. Questioner. I came to India in search of a yoga teacher. I am still in search. Maharaji. What kind of yoga do you want to practice? The yoga of getting or the yoga of giving up? Questioner. Don't they come to the same end? Maharaji. How can they? One enslaves, the other liberates. The motive matters supremely. Freedom comes from renunciation. All possession is bondage. Questioner. What have I the strength and the courage to hold on to? Why should I give up? And if I have not the strength, how can I give up? I do not understand this need of giving up. When I want something, why should I not pursue it? Renunciation is for the weak. Maharaji. If you do not have the wisdom and strength to give up, just look at your possessions. Your mere looking will burn them up. If you can stand outside your mind, you will soon find that total renunciation of possessions and desires is the most obviously reasonable thing to do. You create the world and then worry about it. Become selfish. That's a term I've used recently. How interesting that it should be in this book. Becoming selfish makes you weak. If you think you have the strength and courage to desire, it is because you are young and inexperienced. Invariably, the object of desire destroys the meaning of acquiring it, and then itself withers away. It is all for the best, because it teaches you to shun desire like poison. Questioner. How am I to practice desirelessness? Maharaji. No need to practice, no need of any acts of renunciation. Just turn your mind away. That is all. Desire is merely the fixation of the mind on an idea. Get it out of its groove by denying it all attention. Questioner. That is all. Maharaji. Yes, that is all. Whatever may be the desire or fear, don't dwell upon it. Try and see for yourself. Here and there you may forget. It does not matter. Go back to your attempts, till the brushing away of every desire and fear, of every action, becomes automatic. Every reaction becomes automatic. Questioner. How can one live without emotions? Maharaji. You can have all the emotions you want, but beware of reactions or induced emotions. Be entirely self-determined and ruled from within, not from without. Merely giving up a thing to secure a better one is not true relinquishment. Give it up because you see its valuelessness. As you keep on giving up, you will find that you grow spontaneously in intelligence and power and inexhaustible love and joy. Questioner. Why so much insistence on relinquishing all desires and fears? Are they not natural? Maharaji. They are not. They are entirely mind-made. You have to give up everything to know that you need nothing, not even your body. Your needs are unreal and your efforts are meaningless. You imagine that your possessions protect you. In reality, they make you vulnerable. Realize yourself as away from all that can be pointed at as this or that. You are unreachable by any sensory experience or verbal construction. Turn away from them. Refuse to impersonate. Questioner. After I have heard you, what am I to do? Maharaji. Only hearing will not help you much. You must keep it in your mind and ponder over it, and try to understand the state of mind which makes me say what I say. I speak from truth. Stretch your hand and take it. You are not what you think yourself to be. As I assure you, the image you have of yourself is made up from memories and is purely accidental. Questioner. What I am is the result of karma? Maharaji. What you appear to be, you are not. Karma is only a word you have learnt to repeat. You have never been, nor shall ever be, a person. Refuse to consider yourself as one. But as long as you do not even doubt yourself to be a Mr. So-and-so, there is little hope. When you refuse to open your eyes, what can you be shown? Questioner. I imagine karma to be a mysterious power that urges me towards perfection. Maharaji. That's what people told you. You are already perfect, here and now. The perfectible is not you. You imagine yourself to be what you are not. Stop it. It is the cessation that is important, not what you are going to stop. Questioner. Did not karma compel me to become what I am? Maharaji. Nothing compels. You are as you believe yourself to be. Stop believing. Questioner. Here you are, sitting on your seat and talking to me. What compels you is your karma. Maharaji. Nothing compels me. I do what needs doing, but you do so many unnecessary things. It is your refusal to examine that creates karma. It is the indifference to your own suffering that perpetuates it. Questioner. Yes, it is true. What can put an end to this indifference? Maharaji. The urge must come from within as a wave of detachment or compassion. Questioner. Could I meet this urge halfway? Maharaji. Of course. See your own condition. See the condition of the world. Questioner. We were told about karma and reincarnation, evolution and yoga, masters and disciples. What are we to do with all this knowledge? Maharaji. Leave it behind you. Forget it. Go forth unburdened with ideas and beliefs. Abandon all verbal structures, all relative truth, all tangible objectives. The absolute can be reached by absolute devotion only. Don't be half-hearted. Questioner. I must begin with some absolute truth. Is there any? Maharaji. Yes, there is. The feeling I am. Begin with that. Questioner. Nothing else is true. Maharaji. All else is neither true nor false. It seems real when it appears, it disappears when it is denied. A transient thing is a mystery. Questioner. I thought the real is the mystery. Maharaji. How can it be? The real is simple, open, clear and kind, beautiful and joyous. It is completely free of contradictions. It is ever new, ever fresh, endlessly creative. Being and non-being, life and death, all distinctions merge in it. That was an extract from I Am That by Sri Nisargadatta Maharaj. Good morning, everybody. I don't know who's listening. I can see a few of you tuned in, but I'm not sure who's still here. Do you want to say hi and let me know where you are? So, we are very attached. Morning, Len. We're very attached to this person that we think ourselves to be, and this idea of this person that we think ourselves to be is the cause and the root of all suffering. We imagine a person and we imagine problems and we imagine solutions. Morning, Thomas. Oh, Shrewsbury. Lovely. Nice for you to join us. We imagine ourselves to be this person and we imagine our problems and we believe that these things are all real because we can become so trapped in our minds and our mind's idea of what is happening here. And that what we perceive is real. That what we perceive is coming from within our own minds, within our own bodies. Our eyes and our mind interpret signals and light and shade and shadow and all sorts of wonderful things. And then as we look through our eyes, we see this world that's been entirely created by our own constructs, our own beliefs, our own imaginings. And it seems so real. We are Alice in Wonderland. And when you stop giving your attention to something, you notice that it stops because you are no longer giving your energy and attention to it. Your attention, your intention is a very powerful thing that can really make a difference. And I'm not denying that we all feel all kinds of emotions and feelings and sensations. But of course we're spirit embodied in this body, and we're living, existing in this eternal now where everything is happening all at once in many different dimensions. And what we feel is often nothing to do with us, not really. We're so sensitive as human beings that we pick up on other people's feelings, other people's thoughts, ideas, and we believe them to be our own. And that is when we fully give attention to this person that we think ourselves to be. We then believe that we possess these things, like they are a part of us, and they are all just moving through us. At our very foundation, our cells are mostly space and water. And these cells, water, intelligence, and space form this body that we perceive. But the mind is creating the illusion. We are living in a virtual world. A matrix, a playground for our learning. There is no end to our learning because there is no end or beginning to us. But the foundation of who we are, the truth of who we are, is unaffected by knowledge or no knowledge, birth, death, problems, no problems. Everything that is unreal. Hi Nikki, good morning from Australia, good afternoon. Yes, sure, you can watch the replay. Everybody can watch the replay if they want to. So, what do you want to give your attention to? And as we attach to things, as we have expectations of things, that also creates a lot of our suffering. And in this perceived body, it's easy to do that. Especially when we have society and the media manipulating us into believing certain things about what our life should look like, where we should be at certain stages in our life, what we should have, what we should do, how we should be, how we should act, who we should be concerned about, what we should think of others, what others think of us. All these crazy, crazy notions that have been conditioned into us to perpetuate this illusion of this body, of this person. And so it's such a paradox. In so many ways we believe that this, we are what we see. But when we really look into that, what we are seeing and we are receiving through our interpretation, our body's interpretation, which is affected by everything that we've ever learnt, that's ever been taught to us, consciously or unconsciously, by the world around us, our parents, our family, our friends, the media, society. To be real and true, to embody the truth of who we are, we have to empty ourselves of all those concepts, ideas, beliefs, imaginings. And be unlimited, pure love, light, potential. And even these are words that don't even touch the pure magnificence of truth that we are. So, see, healing can occur in any moment because all moments are happening now. All experience, all time, all life is happening now. We have the spiritual, the expansive, the infinite, the essence, And we have this perceived me, this perceived body, this perceived world, these perceived ideas. To be free is to know that we are not all those things, that we are, in essence, freedom, infinite possibilities. And as soon as you release your attachment to the things around you, the people around you, the freedom appears, the freedom becomes obvious. So set yourselves free. You are already free. Why allow yourself to get tangled up in the mind? If you are suffering, notice it is the thoughts about life, the thoughts about the situation, the thoughts about the relationship, the thoughts about whatever that is creating the suffering, not the experience itself. Take a step back, look at what's happening. And others may give you their opinion. Great. That's their opinion. What is an opinion? A bundle of thoughts and ideas and beliefs about something. Neither right nor wrong, but not particularly helpful. You have to trust you. You have to follow your guidance. You are the guru within, the Buddha within. And when I say within, it's not even within really, because we're not talking about within this body. The truth of who you are is everywhere. This body is a part of that experience. But you're existing multidimensionally. You're not bound by this body. You're not bound by this reality. And you're certainly not bound by your thoughts. Not unless you choose to be, and you can unchoose that choice. And it takes a level of awareness to see that there is a choice. And to choose something different. To move your attention away from the things that are causing you suffering. And suffering comes in many forms. Our idea of it comes in many, many forms. It can catch us unaware. Our thoughts, the mind can catch us unaware. And the practice, the real practice, the true practice, is to watch the mind moment to moment, here now, staying aware of where it is pulling you. What story it wants to drag you into, what problems it wants to create for you so it can create solutions for you as well. Life is happening perfectly in its own way. It's only our perceived ideas about what it should be, could be, would be, that distract us from the magic, the beauty that's really here for all to see. If only we can stop and be aware. And it's not easy. It's not easy. But it becomes easier. It's a constant vigilance to be with truth, to choose truth above all else. Or you can end up going back into the forgetting. So there's a cycle of forgetting and remembering, forgetting and remembering. Remember who you are. Remember what this is. You're a Buddha in training, and life is your teacher. If we could just relax, we would see the perfection. But the mind is so intent on holding on to anything and everything, creating so much attachment. And just notice the attachment. Where are you holding on? Who is holding on? Really, ask yourself, who is holding on? Who is here to hold on to anything? Just let go, and then you're free falling. There is no ground. That's the great thing. Nothing to hold on to, nothing to stop you, nothing to be concerned about. Just free falling in freedom. Forever freedom. And you can realize that here now. Because that's what you are. You're already free. You just have to realize it. You just have to see it. And it's not out there. Nobody's going to give it you. It's right here. Nobody has anything that you don't already have. So you see, there is nothing to want, nothing to gain, nothing to lose. Nobody to lose it or gain it. Just know it. Hi, Nikki. Yes, it can be tough letting go, but we own nothing. Not really. How can we own anything? When this body dies, we aren't taking it with us, and nothing else is coming with us. Only that which we are eternally will be with us. Life is a process of letting go too. And the more we let go, the more abundance we have, because there's no attachment to it. The more we love, the more love we have, because there's no attachment to it. The more we create, the more creation happens, and without attachment, just creates more abundance. We have to let go of everything in life. Nothing is permanent. All big lessons and all helping us to come back to the truth of who we are, which is why it's all happening, so we can see it. And it will continue to happen until we get it. And getting it is not really getting it in that sense. It's knowing the truth. Because there's nothing to get, essentially. It's all here. As the veils lift, as your perception shifts, as you awaken, you begin to let go of everything you no longer need. Much, much love, everybody. This went on a bit longer than I expected, so I'll be back tomorrow at 7 AM with meditation, and many blessings for this day to you all. I encourage you all to be vigilant, to remain aware of your thoughts. Look where your attachments are. Give them some attention. And then let go. Much love.